Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine show. Good Sports is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. For an appointment, call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And by the Surplus Exchange. Take a tax donation credit plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444. Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, November 23rd. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness show. I am Steve Fish, the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine. Now, this show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. You can get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for $5.99. You can add a garden salad for just $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. Now, this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, which is located at 87th and Lackman. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations. And in our current issue of KC Sports, we feature our Chiefs Report, which is presented by Bud Light. Now, this month, we feature stories on Dexter McCluster and the Chiefs pass rush, which is led by Tamba Hali and Justin Houston. Now, in our Hockey Report, which is presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the Outdoor Ice Pavilion, which is now open. Plus, we feature a special insert called the Hockey Guide, which has information on all the hockey programs available at the Kansas City Ice Center. And in our College Football Report presented by the Surplus Exchange, we talk with Wildcat Ty Zimmerman. We talk with KU's Dexter McDonald, who played football at Rockhurst High School, and MU punter Christian Brinzer from Liberty. Now, you can visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find KC Sports, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. And now we're joined here at Mafia Pizzeria Southside by Greg Pryor of the 1985 World Series Championship Kansas City Royals. He's also the owner of Life Priority, which is a nutritional supplement company. Greg is a regular contributor to Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and he provides information on nutritional supplements that can help each and every one of us. And we're also joined by a friend of Greg's, Brian Haken, who is a sports licensing consultant, and he has his own company, Haken and Associates. He's worked for companies that have printed championship T-shirts for all the major sports, including our Royals in 1985, and he's brought some of those unique and interesting what could have happened type of shirts to our show today, which we'll take a look at. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us, Greg.
Good to be here again, Steve.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Greg.
Let's start off with a little information on how you guys got together. Greg, fill us in on how you guys met.
You know, interestingly, back in '85 when we won the World Series, we used to get merchandise with the '85 logo, Royals logo on our merchandise, and I had no idea that Brian was the head of the company back then that made it. So we actually connected in '85 because I wore his product. And then 2 years ago, I was going to a convention in Vegas, and I saw Brian's name, Haken Associates, in a periodical I was reading, and it was Overland Park. And I said, I got to meet this guy. So I called him up, and for 2 years now, we've, number one, done business together, and he's also a Life Priority customer. So you asked me to bring a guest on the show, and I thought we both love sports. We both like the products in my company, and we're having a great time together. So I thought it'd be interesting to have Brian on the show to show people some of the things that he used to do and then explain a little bit about the licensing industry.
For sure. Well, let's start, Brian, with some information on Life Priority and the products that you use and why you chose to use those products, et cetera, et cetera. Fill us in.
I tried them because of Greg originally, but and now, you know, even if Greg wasn't selling them, I'd still have to have them. So it's not just a friendship thing. It's every day I start the morning with the Lift powder and the Mind
Really?
powder, and I mix it in orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the taste of it that way every morning. And then in the middle of the day, I'm a young man like Greg. I mean, we're both in our mid 60s, and there's so much I want to do. I've got a family I love and love to spend time with, and I'm working just probably harder and more than I was before. So it's energy is really important to me. So I in the middle of the day, when I start to drag a little bit because I don't sleep as much as I ideally would like to because I got so much going on, that I take Lift Caps in the middle of the day, and and then I work out at night, and the Lift Caps and the workout together, gives me energy that I didn't used to have.
Well, we're all in that stage. We all reach a point where the energy goes down, and we certainly need products like that. Greg, can you fill us in about Lift and Lift Caps? Tell us what it is that they do and what they have in them and how they can help each and every one of us.
Well, Lift Caps and Mind, Steve, were created by two scientists that I met in 1991, Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw. Dirk and Sandy wrote a best-selling book called Life Extension, A Practical Scientific Approach. And they wrote it for doctors so that doctors could understand how nutrients could enhance our longevity and help our bodies feel better and heal more quickly. And I met them in a conference, and then I became a distributor of their formulas under my own Life Priority label.
Right.
And then I've been to visit them in Nevada, and I just became enthralled with the things that people don't really know, but they should know about how nutrients can help the body. And then when you have scientists as smart as they are to endorse in the marketplace, it's a lot easier to go out and talk to people because I'm not basing anything on my knowledge. I'm basing it on their knowledge. And most of the products in Life Priority were created by Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw. And luckily for Brian and I, we got to drive to Nevada last year and meet them up at their home in Nevada.
So that sounds really interesting. Now, Brian mentioned another product, and you brought a couple of them with you today. He mentioned Mind as well. What does Mind do?
Yeah, Mind is it's a powdered drink that you drink it when you want to think more clearly. It has a gram of choline in each serving, and choline helps the body make acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that our brains make to help us think more clearly and to recall things more easily and to listen better, hopefully.
Well, that's what it's all about as well as we get a little older.
And one more thing, Steve. Choline's an essential nutrient.
Is it?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even know what foods it comes in. So Dirk and Sandy have made it very easy for people to get a gram of choline in a serving, and you can drink it, and you can feel the effects in about 30 minutes.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'd like to add one other thing that's really I found to be profound. I don't know if this is the way they direct you to take it, but it's worked for me. A lot of people I know can't get started without a cup of coffee in the morning.
Right.
And then in the middle of the day they drink a 5-hour energy or some monster drink or something else that's jacked up with caffeine. But, and I've learned from Dirk that it takes you up and then it takes you down. And then, the next one doesn't do as much. So I don't drink caffeine at all. Mm-hmm. And I've gone on drives, like 12-hour drives at a time on very little sleep, where normally you'd drink high-octane coffee just to stay awake. I've taken Lift Caps every 3 or 4 hours and have never gone to sleep on those kinds of things. Now, that may not be the way to use it. Ideally, it's not going to hurt you, I understand.
Right.
But I found it to be a total, replacement for this crazy, stuff. I don't think that stuff's good for kids. I don't think caffeine's really good for big kids like us either. But that's just my own personal experience.
Well, Greg, I know if you do just a plain and simple cost comparison between that 5-hour drink or some other energy drink and your Lift Caps or your Lift product, you're getting the same kind of result except for the drop down. Mm-hmm. You're getting the same kind of result for far less, so it makes your product more better, as far as on the budget as well.
Yeah, we like to say it's a healthier way and a less expensive way to feel better. And it's kind of like you use it when you need to. But Life Priority contains a lot we have a lot more different products than those two, but we invite people, to go visit our website, and if they hear the show today or they see it on TV, they can get free shipping. We'll pay for the shipping if they use the code that we give out on the show. And we invite them to call us up and let us know what they're taking, and we'll be glad to give them some advice on how they might better spend their money.
So people can reach out to you. They can actually contact you and talk directly with you about, and grab the knowledge that you have on the different products that you have. How can people reach you?
Just customer service at lifepriority.com. We'll get to our company. Customer service at lifepriority.com. In fact, yesterday I met a former NFL player who's had some mental challenges because of concussions, and he's very interested in our Mind product. And it's just a fascinating industry. Michelle, my wife, and I have been with the company now since '94, and it's almost like it's almost like each day is a new day. Though we have new people to talk to and good news to give to them.
Well, one of the things that I'm using of your products is the One Per Meal Lifeguard. It's a vitamin product, and I know last year you wrote an article about the best health insurance, because we're all looking at health insurance and things like that, is to be proactive and take a product like that. Fill us in on One Per Meal Lifeguard and what it does.
Well, it's called One Per Meal Lifeguard, Steve, because the scientists, Dirk and Sandy, they feel that people should take nutrients in addition to food with every meal. So this product was created to take after each meal 3 times a day to give it the body 25 different vitamins and minerals that are in sufficient amounts and in the right form to enhance the value of their food, to help build their immune system up in a 24-hour cycle. A lot of times we don't know when our bodies are asking for certain nutrients. So in this case, if you take our One Per Meal after each meal 3 times a day, you're going to be getting a great number of great nutrients that'll help defend yourself in these winter months coming up, so that the flus and the colds aren't as bothersome. In fact, I don't get a flu shot myself, and I haven't had a cold in 20-some years.
Right.
So it's a great way to do something naturally that the body's asking for.
Well, you'd mentioned, obviously, the winter is here, and the joints, I know mine, are starting to ache a little bit more because of the cold weather and things like that. You've also got products for your joints as well.
We sell straight glucosamine. It keeps cartilage healthy. It's in everybody's body anyway. You get it from food. Unfortunately, people don't get enough from their food, so we sell it in the capsule form, and it's been one of our best products because a lot of times people don't do anything till they have a problem.
Right.
And, there's a lot of people 40 and up that have joint pain, and we're saying that Joint Decision is probably a way that they should go to find out if they can get some help with that joint pain.
Well, you recommend as well. I mean, you say we don't react. We only react, but we should be proactive. An athlete, somebody that wants to keep the joints, the way they're supposed to be working and all that, should be taking it even though you don't feel anything.
Yeah, most joint pain is caused by thin cartilage. And glucosamine is an amino sugar. It's totally safe to take. It encourages the cartilage to cushion more properly. And that's the simple way to put it. And I found it in '96, and I didn't believe it worked until I took it myself. And now I ship our product to people in 30, 40-some states. So it certainly works, and we're happy to have it.
Well, I know you mentioned, and I don't know if it was a baseball injury or a golf injury or what, you'd had a problem with a finger that didn't do what it was supposed to do. This was on a show that we'd done in the past, and that product helped.
I was working out trying to get ready for a big golf tournament, and I was overusing the knuckle in my middle finger of my right hand, and I couldn't close my hand, and I couldn't hold a golf club. And that's when I was introduced to glucosamine. And I started taking, every day I would take it. I didn't notice it until 2 weeks later because it takes a while for it to work. And then after 2 weeks, I could flex my hand more readily. And then after a month, it was all gone. I told my wife, I said, I think we should start selling this. So it's been such a great product for us, and we're just so happy to have it. And, people might say, well, I can buy that at the store. Well, the different thing about our company is I know where the ingredients come from.
Right.
We buy them directly, so it's a little bit more safe to buy it from a local company where you can talk to the owners like you can with my wife and I.
Yeah, certainly if you buy it off the shelf, you don't know where it's coming from and if it's mass produced and what they're using of the plants in some cases, and if they're using the appropriate part. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will ask Brian if we're going to see Chiefs or Royals or KU championship shirts in 2014. But right now, you're watching or listening to Good Sports, the KC Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We're coming to you from Mafia Pizzeria Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf in Overland Park. I am Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Go online and watch Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports Magazine television show. It's available on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel and features local interviews with local athletes and experts covering sports, health, and exercise topics of importance to KC fans. And be sure to pick up your copy of the new KC Sports and Fitness Magazine, featuring the Bud Light Chiefs Report, the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report, the Cargo Largo Health and Fitness Report, and the KC Ice Center Hockey Report. KC Sports Magazine is always free, so pick one up today. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, like Kansas City Chiropractic on Facebook and save 50% on a 30-minute massage. To make an appointment with Dr. McIntosh, call 816-753-4600. Most insurance plans are welcome. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, go online at kansascitychiropractic.com.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
The Outdoor Ice Pavilion opens in November at the Kansas City Ice Center. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the KC Ice Center. Plus, come out to a public skating session or call them to schedule a party or group rental. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information or to register for a class, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. One of the world's top golf club fitters is right here in Kansas City. Golf MD in Lenexa has been helping KC golfers for over 15 years by offering expert service at discount prices. Visit Golf MD for all your club repairs. They do regripping, reshafting, and lie, loft, and shaft frequency analysis. Plus, Golf MD can fit you in your existing clubs or create custom clubs for you too. And Golf MD also offers computerized swing analysis and launch monitor testing. Visit golf-md.com or call 913-663-5050. Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Great pizza and a great offer you can't refuse.
Mark Twain, Walt Disney, even Abraham Lincoln, they all filed bankruptcy. Debts can overwhelm anyone. I'm Jeff Wagner of WM Law, Kansas City's premier bankruptcy law firm. If you can't pay your bills or your mortgage, we're here to help. You can schedule a free consultation right now. Call 1-855-DON'T-WORRY. Stop those bill collectors. With 4 Kansas City locations, we've helped over 11,000 families through tough financial times. 1-855-DON'T-WORRY.
The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Experience a touch of the Ozarks when you tee off at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. Visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and call 816-257-5755 for lessons or information on tournament hosting. Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Now, this show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for $5.99. You can add a garden salad for $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. Now, this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, located at 87th and Lackman. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our U.S. Army High School Football Coach of the Week program. This month we honor Marvin Diener from Gardner Edgerton, Sterling Edwards from Winnetonka, Mike Zagunas from Blue Valley Northwest, and Kelly Donahoe from Blue Springs. Now, you can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including Mafia Pizzeria Southside, where we're doing our show today, Old Shawnee Pizza, Eagles Landing Golf Course, both Minsky's on Berry Road, and the Kansas City Ice Center. And in the upcoming weeks on Good Sports, on December 14th, we will be right here back at Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. And we are working on being out at the Kansas City Ice Center for their Skate with Santa event. Check their website, kcicecenter.com, for a date and time. I believe it's the 22nd of December from 4 to 6 p.m. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. So come on out and join us, and you might see yourself on TV. And, of course, now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, today we've been joined by Greg Pryor, a former 1985 World Series champ and the owner of LifePriority.com, and Brian Haken from Haken & Associates. He's a sports licensing consultant. I mentioned that when we come back, we're going to ask Brian if the Royals or the Chiefs or KU are going to have a championship shirt. We'll have to wait and see on that, but Brian has brought some championship shirts with him that we're going to take a look at here. Brian, you want to start filling us in on what you've got there?
Sure. When I was at Artex Manufacturing from 1981 to 1986, we had a Major League Baseball license, and we produced shirts for the different teams during the year. Obviously the World Series teams, and what's interesting to this audience, I think, most of all, is some of the merchandise that we did in 1985. This was the shirt during the World Series with the I-70 series. Obviously, a lot of you probably have these, and
I don't have one. I'd like to have that one.
This is the shirt. It was done on gray. You can see the I-70 asphalt depicted. Our artist did a great job on this. This was probably the best-selling shirt of the series.
Let me hold those for you.
We also did a...
I should mention it has a cardinal on one end and the Royals logo on the other end, and a baseball in the middle, and, of course, the World Series logo as well.
Yeah, now this was done on a white shirt, the same logo. You know, in those days, you used to have to, do the screens different for different shirts.
Right.
It's the same shirt, but
you didn't have to use a white ink.
Correct. You could design it so the white would show through. Then when there were other shirts that were done as well, but those are the most popular. Then when the Royals were successful in winning the World Series championship, this was one of the shirts. That's World Series champs, 1985.
And that just has a World Series champ in an arc over the shirt with the Royals logo right in the center, and, of course, the 1985. And if it had Greg Pryor's autograph on it, it would be worth a lot on eBay, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Not quite.
Go ahead, Brian.
Here's another design that was World Series Kansas City Royals, World Series champs, or it says World Champs with the Royals logo, and it's done on a different tee. It's done on a UCLA Raglan sleeve shirt.
And that one, the World Champs, looks like the Superman logo, kind of. So that's kind of a cool thing as well. Hang on, Craig. I'm not getting it here. There we go. No, okay. Go back to Brian. There we go. We're moving cameras around here, but it's got the Royals in a baseball. And the reason I'm describing this for our TV audience is this is also a radio show. So
exactly.
That's a part of the reason for that. So okay.
This is a sweatshirt that we did, and it's again says Kansas City Royals World Champions, and it's on a sweatshirt. These are each slightly different designs, but they sold in those days. They sold at the Jones store and J.C. Penney's and Venture stores were around in those days.
I remember that. Yeah,
Merle Harmon Fanfare stores were around in those days. So
that one I don't remember, but Venture.
They were one of the first sports specialty store chains that you might find today, like.
Now it's in every sporting goods store.
And you've got Kansas Sampler and Rally House that are doing that should be one of your advertisers if they aren't. And then here's
Tell them that.
I just did. And I'll make sure they see this video. They'd be a great advertiser for you. Anyway, this is a shirt that we did that was an embroidery design. Said, World's Champions Royals 1985. A little interesting story. John Scherholtz was the general manager of the team. In those days, we worked with Dennis Kreider, who was head of marketing, and the Royals brass. And John Scherholtz called me in his office one day, and he said, would you set up a time to talk to one of the owners for his staff and all of his employees? I assumed he meant Ewing Kauffman. And he said, sure. I said, sure, we'll do it. And he sent me down to Memphis to do it for Avron Fogelman, who was one of the Royals owners. And his staff bought these. And we also set up in the Royals offices, and all the Royals players, Greg and George Brett and Frank White and all the stars of the Royals team and their wives came in and bought this stuff for their families. So we had that was a fun time.
We have just about 40 seconds, so this is the one that we want to see here. That's cool.
This is a embroidered sweater. Mr. Fogelman wanted this on cashmere sweater, which we went to Jack Henry's or Wolf Brothers and found one for him. But that's some of the things we have in our archives.
That's very cool, and we're going to do a second show here as soon as we wrap this one up, and we'll show some more of the things that you've done and how you've incorporated two different entities into one type of shirt, and I'll give it away here. The Snoopy line, the Peanuts line, as well as the sports, and a lot of people have had those types of things. But I want to thank both of you guys for coming and being on the show today. That'll do it for our show. I want to thank Andy at Mafia Pizzeria Southside, and of course Greg Pryor from LifePriority.com and licensing guru Brian Haken. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over Kansas City, and it's free, so pick it up today. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Let Sport Court come and install a basketball game court at your home. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. So sink that basket at the buzzer and have your own Final Four at home in your backyard or driveway Sport Court. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com.
Welcome to the house that college basketball built, the College Basketball Experience and National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame.
The legends live here at the College Basketball Experience.
The National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, where the legends live.
Discover, shop, and win at Cargo Largo. Stop by at 35th and Nolan Road in Independence and go online at cargolargo.com. Cargo Largo, a retail store, and so much more.
Welcome to Old Shawnee Pizza and Italian Kitchen. Yep, there's nothing like the homemade taste of an Old Shawnee Pizza. Dine in or carry out. Old Shawnee Pizza with 3 locations.
Get 10% off UPS shipping at the 2 South KC UPS stores with your coupon in KC Sports and Fitness. Bring your next shipment to 103rd between Warnell and State Line or 121st and State Line in Leawood and save 10% on UPS shipping with your coupon in KC Sports. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit EaglesLandingGolfCourse.com and for tee times call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC.
Hi, it's the ball game co-host Greg Pryor. In 1991, I was introduced to a line of health supplements called Designer Foods that were created by a genius, Dirk Pearson and his wife, Sandy Shaw. Dirk and Sandy wrote the New York Times bestseller, Life Extension, A Practical Scientific Approach. The results that I felt on a few of their designer food formulas was so great that I formed a company, Life Priority, to offer these great formulas to everyone. One of my favorite products in Life Priority is called Lift. Lift is a powdered drink mix that you mix and drink when you have mental fatigue and you want to feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. infield. I felt the results in about 30 minutes. I wish that I had Lift to use when I was an infielder in Major League Baseball for the Royals. Lift also comes in capsules called Lift Caps. See Lift and Lift Caps and all the great Life Priority products at my website, lifepriority.com. Get your personal rally going. Visit my website, get some Lift or Lift Caps today at lifepriority.com.
Save $5 on 18 holes with your card at Winterstone Golf Course in July with your coupon from KC Sports Magazine. Visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and call 816-257-5755 for lessons or information on tournaments and hosting. Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.